How would you have an air show with the sky looking like this? And the texture and everything looks incredible. In here, we'll do a little super quick what's in my bag. I was like, which way am I going in this maze? You guys, I'm so freaking mad at myself. I didn't check my bag before I left, and I only had one Pilates sock in there. So $20 later, bought this pair from my studio. But I actually have been looking for a pair like this that like looks like tube socks with the stripes but are grip socks. I mean, I could have found these on Amazon for much cheaper, maybe even 2 or 3 for the price of this one, but I mean, I didn't really have a choice today. I already signed up for the class, but I am currently out of eggs. I really need to go get some. I'm just gonna make a super quick pit stop at Trader Joe's because eggs are cheaper there somehow. Also too, it is so like thick with fog over here. I mean, it's not like so bad you can't see, but the marine layer is opaque. It's nuts. It's been like this for like the last 2 or 3 days. It's crazy because my place is like 10 minutes from the coast, if that, maybe closer to like 7 minutes depending on which part of the coast you're talking about. We're like 5 minutes from the back bay, so I mean we're pretty close to water regardless. But over by me, it's not like this. Like, you can see blue skies. It might like have a few clouds, but it's not that bad. But I mean, you guys can see out the window, it is so thick, just like 5 minutes past my place. It's so crazy. And I was walking Leo last night and it was just like so eerie because obviously it's getting dark a little bit earlier. So dark plus the fog just made things like really eerie because I decided to walk in by the back bay where the fog was like super thick. Oh my gosh, I wonder if they're gonna have to cancel the air show if it's gonna keep being like this. It's the air show this weekend. I don't know if I'm going or not, but yeah, it's the air show. I can hear the plane. Poor Leo is freaking out, but yeah, I can hear the plane right now, but I can't see it. I don't know how they're gonna do an air show when the coast literally looks like this. Like, how would you see any airplanes? I wonder if the forecast says that it'll clear up by then. But anyways, I feel like I just went off on a tangent and I don't remember what I was talking about originally. But welcome to today's vlog. The camera's dying because I didn't get a battery, but I'm gonna run to Trader Joe's and get eggs, and then I'll probably just see you guys at home. It's like a little bit better, like halfway between the ocean and me, but still, it's 2 o'clock. And usually the air show starts around noon or 1, and I'm just like, how would you have an air show with the sky looking like this? Okay, wait, I have been looking for this. And it's completely clear and sunny here. The plane's freaking you out? I'm sorry. We'll give you CBD tonight. Yeah. I know that doesn't do a ton for you, but at least it's something. Poor guy is not having it. It's not that like he's scared or anything of the jets going overhead. He's just confused, and he'll literally run around the house like trying to find it. Like, he'll run up and down the stairs and stuff. Like, he just wants to know where it's coming from, and then also he feels the pressure in the air, so he's just trying to figure out what it is, and it just makes him so anxious. I feel so bad for him. So besides the eggs, which I already put away, I also got my mini mochi nuggets, and then you guys saw I finally got the Caesar broccoli bake kit. I really wanted to find this last time I was at Trader Joe's and I couldn't, and then I went to Trader Joe's again, couldn't find it, finally found it. But I'm looking at it now, absolutely I could have just gotten broccoli and Caesar dressing and maybe like some breadcrumbs, and obviously I already have Parmesan, and done this on my own. But you know what, I wanted to try the kit. Next time I will do that because this kit was $5, so I could definitely do this on a budget. But I'm excited to try this. I probably won't do this in this vlog because I'm still eating that Alfredo pasta bake, which you guys seemed to love. Trust me, it'll feed you for like a week if you're eating it on your own. But yeah, I probably won't do this in this vlog just because I'm still eating that. And then also tomorrow night I'm going to Universal for Hollywood Horror Night. Dinner is included in my admission. I'm doing the RIP tour, which is the VIP tour, and it actually has dinner included. So yeah, probably don't need to make this weekend, but I'm glad I finally got it. But like I said, we'll probably make it in the next vlog later this week. So it's much later and I'm gonna shower in a few minutes, but I wanted to do the scalp treatment that I got from Sephora, what was that, like 3 weeks ago at this point? I just kept forgetting to do it because I got my hair done and then we went to the head spa. But I feel like now would be the time to use it because I did just go to the head spa. They completely cleaned all of my hair, my scalp, all of that. So there's like not as much, or essentially no product buildup right now to keep this treatment from penetrating. So hopefully my scalp feels really good after this. But this is from the Inkey List. This is their glycolic acid exfoliating scalp scrub. So this is a pre-shampoo treatment. I'm supposed to leave it in for about 10 minutes, then I can wash it out. Just to shake it up real good first. And then it can be applied to a wet or a dry scalp, so good to know. But just apply directly to the scalp, leave on, and then wash hair as normal. So let's go ahead and give this a try. Applying it directly onto the scalp. It says to like saturate the whole scalp with it, and then kind of like work it in with your fingers. I'm just hoping that like doing this treatment like every other wash or so will help with product buildup on my scalp, and hopefully will then mean healthier hair. And then also I definitely want to go to the head spa like at least once every other month, if not every other month. That was so nice. My hair and scalp had never felt so freaking clean and healthy. Like my hair too was just so soft. That was the softest I'd felt it in a long time, which is actually saying a lot because whenever I leave the salon, my hair is definitely soft, but the head spa was just like a different level. But I'm just gonna work this in. But yeah, I figured since that scalp facial or whatever cleaned everything up, now would be the best time to use this, because ever since then all I've really put in my hair was like dry shampoo once, and then I did my tonto stick one day for a ponytail, but other than that, that was it. My hair looks crazy. I feel like I look like Jay-Z right now, which is terrifying. By the way, I'm like dying. I saw a meme the other day. It's like one of Beyonce's lyrics about like, you can't steal my man or whatever. I don't know. I'm not familiar with her songs. I don't like Beyonce. Never have. Weirdly though, I loved Destiny's Child, but I was there for Kelly and Michelle. I actually even like banned all Beyonce music from our wedding. Literally, it was like #1 on the do not playlist, like no Beyonce songs whatsoever. And at one point, the DJ accidentally put one on and like 2 people came running at him. They're like, get it off, get it off. So anyways, okay, I don't have a hair clip, so I'm just gonna put up in a hair tie. But yeah, the meme was like, oh yeah, you can't have my man or something. And then it was a photo of Jay-Z with his dreads. And it was like, Beyonce, no one wants your man. Which was hilarious. But I'm gonna let this sit for about 10 minutes while I feed Leo, and then we'll wash it out and see how it is. Clearly in the middle of laminating my brows, but my scalp feels so clean right now. It's not anything like astronomical, but I definitely do feel like my scalp got a little bit cleaner than it normally does. Right now I'm making some miso noodles. I had totally forgotten that I wanted to do this. So I have the water boiling right now, and I'm just gonna pop some protein spaghetti in. I'm also making some shrimp to just top it off with. 8 minutes should be good. I don't mind if they're a little bit less on the al dente side since these are miso noodles. But yeah, scalp is feeling very clean and brows are getting laminated. But I'm gonna finish working on these miso noodles and then I'll show you guys when they're done. These are looking gorgeous. The only thing I don't know is if I want to do some Parmesan, because some recipes call for Parmesan, some don't. The one I'm following doesn't, but I don't know. I might top it off with it. Not sure. Let's do a taste test without the Parmesan, but I am going to do just a little bit of sesame seeds. This smells really, really good though, so I have high hopes for it. And the texture and everything looks incredible. Cheers. God. That is a go-to. Holy crap. I might do a little Parmesan on top, but not too much. I don't want to ruin the flavor too much, but I feel like Parmesan would complement it nicely. But damn, this is going to be a go-to. Another one to put in the rotation. Hello, you guys. It is currently Saturday, and I'm getting ready. Just doing some makeup, starting out with the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. But I can't remember what I talked about yesterday, but I'm sure you guys saw the title of this video. I'm going to Universal Hollywood Horror Nights tonight. Okay. Hi. The air show is going on right now, and poor Leo is just not having it. Looks like the clouds did clear up enough for them to have it, so they've been going overhead all morning, and he's just like going nuts. We did give him Xanax and CBD oil, and it's still not enough. So to everybody who's always trying to tell me like, oh, just do CBD instead, don't give him meds. No, does not work. Pest me. We've tried every treat under the sun. We've tried everything. He's just, his anxiety, it's too much. So he does need meds to like help out. And even with, we just did 1 Xanax. I don't want to do 2, but even with that, he's still so anxious. I am feeling kind of bold. I've been seeing everybody do the eyebrow filter on TikTok. Everybody is like giving the brows to the length that it suggests, and I've always been like so scared to do that because I'm like so insecure about like the tails of my brows. Like I barely have one on this side, but according to this filter, here I'll show you guys, this brow length is actually correct. Like this one should be shortened, and I've been seeing that happen to a lot of people with this filter, and I'm almost wondering, do I do it? Do I actually shape my brows to where this filter says to, which means this brow length would match this brow length. I mean, I could always fill it in with pencil if I want to, but like, do we do it? Why am I feeling so chaotic right now? Well, I'm not gonna do it while I'm holding this. So let me grab something to mark it with. So I would shave everything from here down, which doesn't look like a lot, but again, because I'm insecure about my brow length, do I do it, you guys? Oh my god, I'm so scared. But the thing is, like, everybody who's been like actually shaving their brows to this brow length has looked so good. Like, it makes their face look really lifted, and I'm like, yeah, this side does kind of look more lifted than this side. So I'm like, do I do it? No fear. Oh god. Oh god. I'm like, why isn't this shaving it? It's because I already put pomade over it. It's not able to shave it. That was a stupid move. Going in with the tweezers. No going back. Everything from here down. Oh shit. I have a little bit of the tail shadow from microblading my brows. Do you guys see that? Shit. Maybe this was a bad idea. I mean, I'll just cover that up with concealer. Do I have a concealer brush? There we go. Better. Okay. You know what? I'm not mad at it. At least like the lengths match better. Okay. Well, we're gonna run with this because I really don't have a choice. I plucked my brow hairs out. Also, sorry about the fan noise. It's just, it's hot, so I brought the fan into the bathroom. But anyways, okay, so let's go ahead and do my base. I'm gonna be using the Tear foundation, just because this foundation lasts so long. Like, your skin still looks flawless hours later. Like, at the end of the day, it's nuts. I'm gonna color match myself and go over that concealer spot with this foundation. But yeah, it's gonna be a long night, so I figured let's go with a base that is gonna last. I'm doing the RIP tour, which is basically their VIP tour, like for the regular season, but obviously themed for Hollywood Horror Nights. But same things are included. And it was one of those things, like, looking at the tickets, it was like, oh, this would be fun to do at least once. And then also with the fact of, once you looked at the cost of the express lane tickets for what's offered in the RIP/VIP tour level, it's like, yeah, you might as well spend the extra. I think it was like an extra $150 to do the RIP tour. So I went with that. I'll tell you guys what's included with it. It's actually, like I said, like a pretty good deal for just a couple hundred more than the express lane ticket. I think express lane tickets were like $3 something, maybe like $320, $350, something like that. And then the RIP tour was like $450, between $450 to $500. So again, it was like, once you added everything up, plus parking and everything, it was like one of those things of like, might as well do the RIP tour at least once to experience it. It includes a one-time RIP entry to each maze based on the tour itinerary, because they actually like take you on a tour and take you to each maze, so you get like right to the front of the line. And then also an unlimited express access pass to select maze rides and attractions. There's a tour exclusive photo opportunity. I don't know what that is. I'm sure it's gonna be with like some character or other. There's private RIP trolley transportation. It also has a reception featuring an all-you-can-eat dinner. So this includes dinner, and it sounds like it includes a decent amount of food. And then, I mean, obviously alcohol is not included, but the food is. So again, when you factor in parking plus buying food and stuff, the extra couple $100 between Express and RIP, it's kind of like, yeah, might as well try this out. You also get complimentary valet parking, and then it says you also get a commemorative RIP tour credential and lanyard. Like, I don't know if I'd really count that as like part of the experience, considering that those are credentials so that you can get into the mazes. I just like always find it funny when they kind of categorize it like it's something special, and you're like, no, like that's like something that's needed. It's not like anything special. But anyways, yeah, really excited to try this out. I've never done any type of like VIP tour at any amusement park, so this will be fun, and especially for the fact that this is going to be for Hollywood Horror Nights, which historically those of us in Southern California who go to Hollywood Horror Nights at Universal, you know, the lines and crowds have gotten so bad over the last few years. Like, if you do general admission, you maybe can do like 3 mazes, maybe 4 if you're lucky, and then maybe a ride or 2. So like, if you want to do Hollywood Horror Nights, I mean, really getting Express Lane is the best option. Really, you need to do Express Lane because otherwise you're not really gonna get to experience as much of it. We did get lucky last year though, so Express sold out last year before we could get our tickets, so we just did general. I think the only reason we got lucky was because it rained earlier that day, so people either maybe moved their tickets to go a different day or just decided to not go for whatever reason. But we never waited longer than 90 minutes for any maze with a general admission on a Saturday, which is like absolutely unheard of these days. But again, I think it was just because of the rain. I think had it not rained, we would have been in like the 2.5-3 hour lines that you see on TikTok for Hollywood Horror Nights. So just so happened to luck out last year, didn't want to risk it for this year, so it was gonna either be Express or the VIP tour or nothing, but luckily we were able to get the VIP tour. I think there's only like a certain amount of tickets for RIP and Express per night. Well, really there's like a cap on admission in general. So we were able to get it for this night, for this year, and it definitely will be fun. I'm excited to see everything that's included. I'm very, very curious about the dinner just because I love food, so I'm curious to see what they serve us. It is like a pretty cool setup, and I think something that's probably definitely worth doing at least once if you can, so that'll be a lot of fun. But anyways, I'm doing my makeup a little bit early. I need to film a video to go up tomorrow. It'll probably go up late tomorrow because I'm doing this, and then I scheduled myself for Pilates tomorrow morning. I don't know how smart that was for the morning after doing this, but I was originally supposed to do Pilates today, but the teacher who was originally teaching got a sub, and I'm very picky with which instructors I take Pilates from, so I decided to opt out of today's class, but she's teaching tomorrow, so I'm going to do tomorrow's class. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and finish getting ready, film my video, and then I'll check in with you guys before I leave. So here is the outfit for tonight. Sorry, Leo's going crazy. Poor guy. The big jets just went over, so he's like freaking out. But I'm doing this beige cropped long sleeve waffle top that I got from the TikTok shop. Again, if you guys want to shop anything I got from the TikTok shop that I can't find on Amazon, go to my TikTok and click on my showcase, and that's where these items will be. I'll lower you guys. For my bottoms, I'm wearing my American Eagle barrel jeans. I love these because they're just like loose and comfy. I really should not have sized up. I don't know why I did, because these are like definitely too big, but for something like this where I don't want to feel restricted at all, it's fine. For shoes, I have my Adidas Bravadas, and then I brought my soft tabby coach out for the fall and winter season in this really beautiful dark green. I love it with the gold hardware. I'm hoping that they bring this color back for the holiday season because I know a lot of you guys really love this one, but it was pretty sold out by the time I shared it last year. But anyways, that is the outfit, and then in here we'll do a little super quick what's in my bag. I was like stressing about like what time I had to leave, but then I realized there's also like a VIP entrance and stuff, so there's no needing to like wait in lines, so there's like no need to like stress about needing buffer time or anything like that. So we'll do a quick what's in my bag. First off, you guys will go in here, and then I have an external battery for my phone because I will be taking TikToks and stuff. Also, speaking of taking TikToks, I just got this in. This is so cool. This is a magnetized mount for your phone. You do need to have a MagSafe attachment on the back of it, so if you have an iPhone it should work, but if you have an Android like I do, I just need to like purchase something for it, and I'll show you guys how it works really quick. I do have to take my case off for this because it doesn't work through the case, but here is my MagSafe ring that I put on the back. You just press it to the surface. You can't do anything like too crazy textured like this wall, but here where there's like a little bit of texture, you guys can see it still sticks. And then you just pop your phone on and you can film or do whatever you want. So it's actually a really, really cool mount. I love it. So I brought this just in case I need to mount onto stuff to take any videos. Sorry, Leo's still running around. Baby, you're okay. I know, I'm sorry that I'm leaving. I'm so sorry. I also brought a hair clip in case I want to put my hair back, some hand sanitizer, self-explanatory. I'm gonna bring my Peach and Lily Collagen Cushion Peptide Lip Balm. This is the peach one. Really love this one. Then I'm gonna bring a little travel good fortune in case I need to reapply. But yeah, that is everything that is in my bag for Universal tonight. I'm not bringing a jacket because it says it's not going to get any colder than like 67 degrees tonight or so. So I shouldn't need a jacket, especially with all that body heat in the park. So I'm just gonna go with this because I don't want to have to carry a jacket if I don't need it, you know. But anyways, gonna head out of here and take you guys along for the VIP experience for Hollywood Horror Nights. Got the hole here boarded up so that this guy doesn't try to run in there. Poor thing has been trying to find the jets or hide from them. It's one or the other. He's either running up and down stairs to try to find the jets, or he's trying to get back there to hide. I just don't want him to try to get back there and get hurt or pull on any cords or something while we're gone. So I would kennel him, but he's just stressed enough, and it's been stressing him to get in the kennel lately. I know, baby. I'm sorry. So we were waiting in the regular line for drinks, and one of the workers came up to us and she's like, you guys can move to the RIP line. We were like, oh, just kidding. my god, you guys, I am exhausted. I will be doing a full recap tomorrow. Right now I'm just too tired. I just fed Leo and I'm probably gonna start getting ready for bed soon, but I will say totally worth it. Again, I will do a full breakdown tomorrow, but absolutely totally worth it to do the RIP tour. I don't know how I would ever do Halloween Horror Nights ever again without the RIP tour. That was just so nice. Like, yes, I'm tired, but I am nowhere near the level of tired or in pain as I usually am whenever I do Halloween Horror Nights. So that is just such a win. I was like concerned at first because I was technically supposed to take a Pilates class this morning, but I found out that there was a sub. I think I mentioned this. So I switched it to doing a class for tomorrow morning, and I was like thinking about it later and I was like, why did I do that? I'm gonna be so tired after Universal, because I was anticipating the level of tired I am when I have to wait in like hour to 2 hour long lines, but didn't have to do that this time. So while yes, I am tired and my feet do hurt a little bit, it's nowhere near that bad. So I am glad that I scheduled that Pilates class. Good morning, you guys, or actually it's afternoon. Like, it's 12:30. It's not like deep into the afternoon, but just wanted to do a little recap of the RIP VIP tour for Hollywood Horror Nights for anyone who's watching this video for that info, and then also give you guys my review of it, let you guys know if it was worth it, which, spoiler alert, I don't know if I could do Halloween Horror Nights ever again without doing RIP. Like, we were spoiled and it was such a nice experience. But starting out with getting there, so you do get VIP parking, which is nice that parking is included, but I will say after doing the Premier parking last year, I think Premier is better. I wish that there was a way to like trade in doing valet parking for Premier instead. With Premier you park closer and it's just like very easy to get to your car, versus valet is further. It's almost like as far as where general admission parking is, so you have to walk further, and then obviously you have to like then wait for your car and stuff like that. And also like their valet area is a little bit small for the volume that they get, so it was just like a little bit crowded and stuff. Don't get me wrong, all of the valet staff was so nice, very, very accommodating, very nice people, but I just definitely would have preferred Premier parking. If you're going to Universal but you're not RIP, so you need to like park in regular, get away from my sandwich, sir. No, but you need to park in like general admission and stuff, definitely upgrade to Premier parking. I cannot recommend it enough. But I would say that that was the only thing that I didn't like about the RIP tour. Everything else was so good. So you get there and you have your own entrance to the side. It's much faster, especially if like it's very crowded at the entrance. You have like your own entrance, your own room to check in and everything. It's very, very calm. And there is a VIP lounge upstairs where you can wait until your tour starts, or you can actually like go into the park and explore on your own until your tour starts. So for these, everyone is assigned a tour time and then you get put with a group. So it's not just that you get there and then you can just go ahead and start on your tour. You need to wait until your assigned time. So if you get there early, you can kind of do whatever you want. Had I thought things through, I would have wanted to have gone a little bit earlier, just so that we could have gone to like the Nintendo area or like the Mario area. By the time we got there, we only had like 40 minutes until our tour started, and to get downstairs to the lower lot and check it out and get back upstairs would have taken forever. It takes about 20 minutes to get from the entrance all the way down to the lower lot, so it just wasn't gonna happen. And like the Nintendo area or whatever, they close earlier in the night. So if you want to do that and you're gonna do the RIP tour, try to get there earlier. I think VIP does get you into the park, they said like an hour early, so you can get in as early as 6. So even if you have an earlier tour time, you can still come a little bit earlier if you want. We just walked around and decided to get some drinks, and I told you guys last night, we didn't realize that our lanyards also got us like shorter lines and stuff like at the food and drink area. So we were waiting in line to get margaritas for maybe 2 minutes or so, and then one of the workers walked up to us and she was like, hey, you guys don't have to wait in this, you guys can go over here to the RIP line. And we were like, oh, okay, because they give you your lanyards as soon as you check in, so you have to wear them around the park. So she saw us wearing them and she's like, you guys don't have to wait. So just pro tip, don't bother waiting in any food or drink lines. Look to see if they have an RIP line first. Once your tour starts, you wait upstairs in the lounge until like everybody in your tour group gets there, and then you get a tour guide who has an entire itinerary. Like they've already mapped out and planned out which houses you're gonna hit and which like events or attractions and stuff you're gonna hit in a certain order. So they've already planned it all for you, which is so nice. It was like an extra little feature that I hadn't thought of that was like a huge bonus, because you didn't have to think about anything, you didn't have to plan for anything, you didn't have to be like, oh my god, let's make sure we hit this maze and this maze and that maze. They've already got all of it covered, and they're going to take you on like the most efficient route too. And then also, if there's anything that you really want to hit, you just let your tour guide know and they'll make sure that it gets included. And then they also said like for the mazes, if there's any mazes that you really want, they'll make sure that you're in the front of your group for that maze. So our tour guide was Monet, and she was really awesome. I loved her. She was so nice, so chatty, very knowledgeable, gave us like great info on like things in the park and background on some of the mazes and stuff. So you get a little bit of insider information doing the tour too, which is really cool. Also too, you get free waters. They have like water bottle stations in the lounge, and then when you go get food, and then when you do your trolley, which I'll get to later, they have a bunch of ice cold waters in there. So you don't have to pay for like waters and sodas, you just need to pay for alcohol if you want to get alcohol. So anyways, they take you to the park. Like I said, they've already mapped out the route you're gonna take, and when you get to the mazes, yes, you are absolutely front of the line. You're even in front of Express. So for a few of the mazes, you could see Express maybe had like a 5-10 minute wait, which is like still really good, but they even put you in front of Express. Like when you come in and they see an RIP tour group coming, they stop the line to let you through, which is really nice, but also like passing everybody who had just been waiting in line, and they're like, oh stop, we gotta let them go. You're just kind of like, sorry. But I mean, you paid for it, so you don't need to be sorry. But yeah, it was nice because like we literally walked on to every single maze. And then because of that, so in past years, especially doing general admission, I think I've only ever done general admission. So I went from general admission to RIP. I've never done just getting the express line. Maybe I'd get through, if we're lucky, like 4 mazes the whole night. If we came on a really good day where it wasn't too crowded, it was like maybe 5, but I've never been able to hit all the mazes. We got done with half the mazes within the first hour of our RIP tour. Like it was nuts. Like we were going through them so fast, which was so cool. All the mazes were really awesome. I'll recap my favorite ones at the end. Yeah, it was just so nice to just like be able to walk straight through. I was realizing like an hour or 2 into being on the RIP tour, I was like, my feet are usually dead by now. Like I usually need to stop and sit. I need like food and stuff, but I wasn't feeling that because we didn't have to wait in line. Like yes, there was a lot of walking, but we were constantly moving, so it was just a lot less tiring. And then you do get food included. It's a gourmet buffet, and they schedule your meal time, so it just kind of aligns within your itinerary. And technically for the buffet, even if like your tour ends but the buffet's still open, I believe you can still go back in as long as you're RIP. So you can go back in for more food until they stop serving food. I think she said the kitchen closes at 11 for that one. The food was actually pretty good. Like it wasn't like the best food in the world, but it was good food. And aside from like getting novelty stuff in the park, I think it's better than like what you would get in the park. They had pastas, they had steak, they had shrimp and crab claws. Like the crab claws sent me over the edge. I was not expecting that. And they were actually pretty good. I was expecting it to be like not the best quality crab claws, but they actually were pretty decent. There's a whole dessert spread and stuff, so pretty good food in there. I filled up. I was so stuffed I couldn't eat another bite the rest of the night. They give you about an hour for dinner, but since it's buffet, it's actually like pretty quick, and we had like time to just chill, use the bathroom and stuff like that, so it doesn't feel rushed at all. And then for us, after dinner, we went straight to like the back lot part, and you do get your own VIP trolley, which was very, very nice. Like the seats are nicer in there. They're like super cushioned and stuff. And then there's a cooler in there with more waters. We take the trolley instead of the trams to the back lot, and then you are with general admission through like the back lot part, except for there's a couple of photo opportunities. There's RIP lines in like the regular photo opportunities, but there are some exclusive photo opportunities for RIP. Like they take you to like a little section that's off to the side, and then there's like a couple of rooms where you can do photo opportunities with different characters that aren't available to general admission. And then they also, which was really cool, I was not expecting this, we thought we were gonna get right on the trolley at the end of it, but they actually take you over to the set of Nope, which is not a part of like the general tour, that's just for RIP, and they do a little exclusive mini show there. So that part was really cool. Then you get to walk the set of Nope, and then they take you a different way. Like you don't go back to where the trams are or where you got onto the trolley. They don't make you go down the big stairs and stuff to get to the lower lot. They drive you through the back lot to the lower lot, so you don't have to walk down the stairs. You do have to go back up yourself at the end of the night, but it's cool because like they take you through a couple of other sets. We did pass by the Jaws set, which was kind of neat because they actually drained it. They're doing like a little facelift on it. I guess they do it during this time, and they do like a little facelift for the holidays. So I'd never seen like the Jaws lake area drained, which was kind of cool. And then yeah, they just drop you off at the lower lot, and it was so funny. So they do 2 tour groups in the trolley. So the other tour guide that was in charge of the other tour group, we were passing by and we could see some of the lines for some of the mazes on the lower lot, and as we were passing by, she's like, oh, and then there's the scariest thing of all, general admission, and she said it so loud, and like I think a guy in one of the lines like flipped us off. But anyways, they drop you off at the lower lot, and then you do all of the houses in the lower lots, and then at the end of the night they'll show you where the weekend bar, and then there's like a RIP lounge in the weekend bar. We went and saw it later. It wasn't anything special, but it was just like, I guess like if it's like very, very crowded, the RIP lounge is going to be less crowded. But we went like at the very, very, very end of the night when it was like pretty dead. Overall, really, really awesome experience. It was so nice that I wasn't as tired. I thought I was nuts to have like scheduled myself for Pilates the morning after Universal, because I'm usually like can barely get out of bed, but I feel fine. I definitely don't feel as exhausted as I usually do. And then after your tour, if you have extra time and stuff, it just depends on what time your tour starts, but if you have extra time, your RIP badge will get you express in all of the rides. So afterwards we rode Transformers and then the Mummy, because I haven't ridden the Mummy in years. I was so excited to ride the Mummy. I think it's been about 10 or 10 plus years since I rode the Mummy, because the line for it is either always like crazy long, like over an hour, or it breaks down. It's like that building is cursed, whatever ride goes in it, because back when it was ET would always break down. And then when they put the Mummy in, the Mummy would break down from time to time. So it was always one or the other. And I haven't ridden the Mummy in so long because of that, but we had our express passes. So we literally walked right onto the Mummy. It was so nice. And then at that point we were just exhausted and headed home. But as far as the mazes go, especially if you have general admission, so you need to like prioritize since you won't get to every maze, the ones that I really, really recommended and really, really loved, I think my absolute favorite is A Quiet Place. That maze, the animatronics in it were insane. They were so, so good. I loved that maze. It was amazing. I was just like marveling at all the detail in it. It was nuts. My second favorite was probably The Weekend, which it was like, I thought that that was the most random maze ever. I was like, why does The Weekend have a maze in here? And I wasn't sure what to expect. And our tour guide before we went into it was like, it's trippy. And after I went through it, I was like, trippy is the perfect word to describe it. It is such, like, honestly, I was a little bit disoriented at the end. I was like, which way am I going in this maze? But it had so many cool concepts. It was honestly one of the most creative Halloween mazes I'd ever been in. It was so cool. I definitely will remember that one for forever. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that one was good. It just smelled like piss in there, so just FYI, if you are sensitive to strong smells, be prepared for that one in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know if it's because like of all the hay and stuff that they used mixed with the fog machines or what, but it just smelled disgusting there. Otherwise,
that one was really good. And then the other one that I also really loved was, I think it's like Monsters 2. It's right next to A Quiet Place. That one was really good as well. And then the Van Helsing maze was pretty good also. That one I would say was like mid-tier, but I did like it. So yeah, that was our night at Halloween Horror Nights. Again, if you can swing doing RIP at least once, although I feel like once you do it, you can't go back, but if you can swing doing RIP, definitely do it. It is so worth it. It's so great. For the fact alone that I don't feel beaten down and exhausted today is such a big deal, but also too, just the convenience of it. And then if you get a really great tour guide, you know, like you get like all of this inside information, and then they like help you out with like planning for anything you want to do after the tour's over. And then again, just like, I mean, getting to just walk right on is just so nice. The food is great. Just overall, fantastic experience. The only thing I would change about it would be to get premier parking instead of valet, but that's such a small grievance. It's like barely even anything. So yeah, if you've been thinking about doing the RIP tour, do it. Just spend the money. It is, like I said, 1000% worth it.